Welcome back to another episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. Today, we have a novelty in the second topic. We're going to be competing against each other and see if we know what the populace likes, basically. Because we're going to be playing a higher-lower game, which...
we're looking what the populace is interested in.
Yeah.
It could also be things that they hate.
It might be things they hate. We are going to be playing the higher or lower game, which we'll get into exactly what that is once we get there. But it's going to be interesting, and it is interactive, so you can guess along at home. First and foremost,
I think you can always guess along at home with every topic today.
You can always guess at home. That is correct. First and foremost, though, we have the good old pub quiz for JJ. Today, you are being quizzed. This all, of course, thanks to pubquizquestionshq.com. Very British, very British. And this is also interactive, so you at home are going to participate. And I'm going to ask a question. You wait for a second. In that time, the person at home pauses the video, answers the question. They unpause the video. You subsequently answer the question. I will give the correct answer, and then you check off if you have it right or wrong. And at the end, after 50 questions are down, 5 sheets of 10 questions each, we will compare the results by the people posting the results in the comments. And
we obviously won't be comparing your results with ours in the video because we don't know yours yet, but...
my results are going to be 50 out of 50 because
you have the answers in front of you.
I can just claim that I knew them all. Exactly. So that's what's going to happen. And are you ready to go, JJ?
Yes, and I'm just going to say they're probably going to be harder than whichever ones you had last week because that's just how they go.
It seems like you always get the harder sheet. The questions and answers within this quiz were verified and updated in July 2020. It's about time they verified and updated these again, actually.
Yeah, you know what they should do this time? Instead of just fact-checking them, they should actually spell-check them.
That too, yeah.
Because that's my main complaint with that site, besides the fact that some of the questions are a bit too oddly British.
Well, I'd rather they be factually correct.
Yeah, no, but they do sometimes have...
there is some grammar.
Typos or small grammar issues.
Alright, let's see how well you know your extended geography here.
No. Okay, continue.
I guess geology almost is the better word. Which clouds would be higher? Altostratus or cirrostratus?
Okay, we're starting with a very... I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that the names tell me that would help me. But I don't think so. I mean, they probably do help if you know what they mean, yes. But I don't. I'm gonna say alto.
It's cirrostratus.
Of course it is. Blundering a 50-50 on the first thing.
Well, at least you're getting 50-50s.
Yes.
Victoria Wood wrote and starred in Dinner Ladies, but what was the name of the character she played?
Jane Doe.
Branda.
Oh, they only need a first name too.
Yes.
Honestly, with just a first name, it might almost be guessable, especially if it's not like a particularly rare one. Like I could have guessed Branda. I would not have, but I could have. Yeah.
What is the name of the longest river in Europe?
The longest river in... And I know a couple of rivers in Europe. Which one is the longest? And is it one of the ones that I know? Well, chances are. Huh. I can tell you what the longest river in Africa is.
Mm-hmm. And America. North and South. And Asia, but it's just Europe.
In Europe? Oh, boy. I guess the best thing I can do if I don't know anything is to just guess a river.
Yeah.
Is it the Rhine?
It is the Volga. Reminder that Russia is big.
Right! I've heard of that one.
Moscow is by far the biggest city in Europe, so the Volga is by far the longest river.
Yeah, it's also... small part of Russia is in Europe. Yeah, right. One can...
Well, about half, right? It's a considerable part.
I actually don't know. Probably most of the population, at least. Yeah. I don't know about area.
Oh yeah, area. I don't know. The largest battleship ever built belonged to which country?
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out a guess here and first of all say that it's probably something that borders the sea. It's probably not gonna be a landlocked country. It would be weird. Though, then again, who knows?
It's Hungary. No.
Great Britain.
Japan.
Oh, that makes sense.
The film actor Russell Crowe was born in which Southern Hemisphere country?
Okay. There isn't that many. Well, there's enough.
It's a bunch.
I think there's more Northern Hemisphere ones, though. Okay. Ooh, boy. Australia.
New Zealand.
Fuck! I should have guessed that because Australia is too obvious. But the thing is, I was like, it's probably either Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa. Because it's always one of those, right?
Are there more countries in the Northern Hemisphere?
I would...
Because the Northern Hemisphere is Russia, Canada, and the United States.
Right. There's more people in the Northern Hemisphere for
and then
sure.
You got all like the Indo-Chinese island states and most of Africa, and actually most of the American continent in terms of amount of countries is below the equator. I don't know. That's an interesting thing to look at.
I think the fact that I knew was that there's more people, but the assumption that there's more countries is
there's more people in the north?
Wait, isn't there?
I would have thought it's specifically in the south, because you got the Philippines and most of China and India and all that.
I mean, I guess it all depends on which side. I mean, China is like partially in both, right?
Yes.
I guess it depends on where the old circle is, right? Remember that circle where like half the population lives in there? It's like all just China and India.
Exactly.
I guess it depends on which side of the
Bangladesh,
border that is.
China. So New Zealand was the answer.
Yeah.
39 nations have competed for the Netball World Cup, but as of 2019, it has been only won by how many? Netball.
12.
3.
Ooh, that's fewer than I would have guessed. Well, it's fewer than I did guess.
Cinnabar deposits are the primary source of which metal?
Finally, they're doing a doable question. If I'm not mistaken, that should be mercury, also known as quicksilver.
Yes, that is correct.
I believe cinnabar is mercury sulfate or something.
A doable question, whatever the Volga was asked about. Sevilla is the capital, or Sevilla as it's pronounced, is the capital of which region of Spain?
Fucking hell, right? It's like, I might have just about been able to guess Spain, but then they come up with this whole region bullshit.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The answer is Andalusia.
Heard of it, but...
In which part of the body are the metacarpal bones?
Hand.
Yes, correct. Mohair is made from the hair of which animal?
What is it called?
Mohair.
Oh, it's mohair.
It's M-O hair. I suspect it might be pronounced mohair. I don't know.
And the question is for the animal.
Yes.
I assume the animal is not called Mo. Wouldn't that be too easy?
That would be cool.
You
have one sheep that is called Mo that has so much hair that...
So the species of the animals. Then.
Yes.
And since you just said sheep, it's either not sheep or it's a very specific type of sheep. Sheep.
It is the Angora goat.
Nice.
The Angora goat. Okay, that was the first sheep.
That should be the I was about to say.
You got 2 points? Is that
yes,
correct?
I do.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
That was way more optimistic than it should have been.
Is it weird that the reason why I probably got those 2 right is because I play video games?
Maybe. The metacarpal?
I mean, carpal tunnel, right? You get that from Cookie Clicker.
Yeah. Also other games.
I mean, yes, but...
Definitely.
I mean, I've probably heard of it otherwise, but I think Cookie Clicker is why it sunk into my mind, the whole carpal tunnel thing.
Sure.
And yeah.
Second sheet. A margarita cocktail has which spirit in it as its base?
Yeah. Fuck. See, that's the kind of stuff that you would think I would know, but I don't. Margaritas. What did I put in there? Gin. I don't know.
It is tequila.
That makes more sense.
Both sound like Spanish, so maybe I would have even guessed it.
I think tequila is... I don't know if it's actually Spanish?
Well, Hispanic.
But it's definitely Hispanic, yeah. Because I definitely know that that's a big thing in like Mexico and stuff, but I don't know if it's where it's originally from.
Which is the second largest city in the United States? A. Philadelphia. B. Chicago. C. Los Angeles.
Oh, I think I just now maybe dawned on me what the biggest is.
Yes, it's New York.
Yeah, Los Angeles, I guess.
That is correct.
I was for some reason I was totally blank on the fact that New York is the biggest. I was like, and I was actually thinking for a second that LA was. That is correct. Yes.
Which Englishman won the United States Open in 2013? I'm assuming that's tennis. I don't know for sure.
John Smith.
Justin Rose.
That was surprisingly close.
Not really. Which is the fastest? A, the greyhound. B, the lion. Or C, the horse. Just additional information. By greyhound, they mean the animal, not the bus line. Because that is probably the fastest.
There's a
transportation system called the greyhound. Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking they were talking about dogs.
That's what they are talking about.
Wait, so it's the dog, the big cat, or the horse. The fastest land mammal is a big cat. It's a different kind of big cat, though.
Yes.
You'd think it would have to be the horse.
It's the lion.
It is the lion. So I reasoned in the correct direction and then just for no reason decided to go somewhere else.
Yes.
Cool.
Greta Garbo, one of Hollywood's greatest stars, was born in which country? Man, Hollywood does not have a lot of great stars if that's one of the greatest.
I was about to say,
never heard
it. How was that last time spelled?
Garbo.
Oh, it's spelled exactly like I thought it was going to be spelled. Which country would someone...
There's also slang for garbage, by the way.
Where would someone with that kind of an... Oh, the worst part is... Chances are the person had a far more exotic name that was then changed because Hollywood does not like exotic names, at least back in the day, especially. Where would that person be from? You're not USA.
The answer is Sweden.
I figured it wasn't that, but honestly, if it wasn't kind of given in the question, assume that it's not.
Sound pretty Scandinavian. Greta Garbo.
Okay, that's for the first name in particular. Yeah, maybe. Most people in Hollywood, I would assume, are originally from the US, though, especially since it's very popular.
Most of them, for sure, yeah.
So, statistically validated guess, although I'm sure they would never ask it about someone from the US.
How would you write the number 90 in Roman numerals?
The answer is I probably wouldn't that often, but okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That is CX.
It's XC.
Wait, XC. Ugh.
Okay, I'll count it. Because you corrected it before almost. I'll count it. It is XC.
Dude, not thinking for like a split second. Yeah. Of course, you put it in front when you're subtracting it. I know how Roman numerals work.
I'll let it count. Directed by Christopher Nolan and starring Guy Pearce, this film has the tagline, "Some memories are best forgotten." What's the name of the film?
Total Recall?
Memento.
I was about to say, I don't... I know there's two versions of Total Recall, but that didn't sound right, but it would fit.
Salzburg Airport is named after which famous composer?
What is it called? Salzburg?
Yes.
Heinrich Salzburg, I don't know.
What the
I'm just...
The airport!
Oh, that's just a place.
Yes.
I thought it shared the name of the place and the person.
That's a very big...
I don't fucking know! I know it's a city!
Yeah.
But like half of the cities in the world share their last name with a person. I thought it was also a person. Ooh. How the fucking know?
It's about the airport. I said that. It's Mozart, because it's Austria. It might have even been from there.
The way the questions are worded always sounds like that's just the name of the airport. I'm like, what? I guess there's also a person named that, because why wouldn't there be?
Arthur Wellesley, former British Prime Minister, is known by which title?
Oh, so former Prime Minister, but also another title on top of that.
Yes, the royal title.
I was about to say, and since it's Britain, it's probably something, I don't know, Earl?
The Duke of Wellington. I believe New Zealand. Which series of toys featured Battle Cat, Skeleton, and Panther?
Wait, Skeleton?
Skeletor.
Skeletor.
And Panther.
Yes, that makes more sense, because I thought that's where they were going. So the name of the line was the question?
Series of toys.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, Masters of the Universe. That is the second sheet. How's the score looking?
Surprisingly good, 515.
That's not good. I don't know, man.
Listen,
I'd be like,
I've done way worse before.
There was only like 2 questions I would consider a bit egregious for you to not know, but yeah.
Well, I ever so barely saved myself on the really most egregious one.
That counts. Which Australian bushranger became one of his country's greatest folk heroes following the Glenrowan shootout?
I don't know.
Ned Kelly.
Heard the name before.
Then known as the voltaic pile, which modern-day device was invented by Alessandro Volta in 1800? It
was known as the voltaic pile.
Yes.
What did he... Wait, is it a battery?
Yes, it's a battery.
Yeah, he was involved with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we should call the battery the voltaic voltaic pile again.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of layers of stuff piled onto each other. It makes sense.
Volts involved. I mean, yeah.
I mean, they're probably also named after him. Yeah.
Which
Dude, I'm disappointed. I almost didn't get it.
Which sporting icon was awarded the BBC Sports Personality of the Century Award in 1999? A. Muhammad Ali. B. Ian Botham. Or C. Steve Redgrave.
I'm gonna go with A.
That is correct.
Because it's the only one I've ever heard of.
Who succeeded Paddy Ashdown as leader of the Liberal Democrats in 1999?
I have no idea.
No, I guess. The answer is Charles Kennedy. Which famous battle took place first? The Battle of Hastings or the Battle of Yorktown?
I know you're gonna scold me for not knowing it either way, but I'm just gonna go with Yorktown.
It's Hastings. And
of course.
No, I actually won't, because...
obviously this one wasn't that one, that one wasn't that one, so you should know.
History that was taught to us in school. Like, this, and, like, it's not our national history, and it's not, like, super present history, so it's like, this is far less egregious to not know than some other ones. What is, like, Waterloo, for example, whenever it was, like, Waterloo versus World War One, and somehow you thought that happened first. Like, that was egregious, but this...
I don't think it even said World War I. I think it was, like, a specific battles in World War One as well that I'd never heard of either, so, yeah.
What is the name of Adrian Edmondson's comedian and actress wife? A. Jennifer Saunders. B. Joanna Lumley. Or C. Dawn French.
The multiple choice question is supposed to be easier. A.
Jennifer Saunders. That is correct. What was the name of the comet discovered independently by 2 observers in the United States in 1995? They went on to be dubbed the Great Comet of 1997.
I don't know.
Comet Hale-Bopp. Assuming that's what the dudes were named. Located on the Mall in London, which royal residence was the home to the Queen Mother between 1953 and 2002?
What? Don't know, man.
The Clarence House. How was the performing artist Sir George Ivan Morrison better known?
I don't know, man.
Van Morrison.
Okay, sure.
In 1968, the Beatles sang about a raccoon. What was his name? A. Rocky. B. Ricky. Or C. Robbie.
The worst part is that sounds like an easy question, and I don't know it.
You know the song.
That's the thing. I don't know the song, so I'm just gonna guess B.
It was Rocky, so that's wrong. That would have been Ricky. Rocky the raccoon.
Which letter was that, by the way? In the
A.
Really?
Yes, Rocky, Ricky, and Robbie.
Yeah, but you know that makes it the third A answer on this sheet.
Oh. Throwing curveball. Which female singer released the album Born to Die in 2012?
I actually don't know, man.
The answer is Lana Del Rey.
I have heard of her before.
I actually haven't.
This is the first question of the next sheet?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the name of the ship on which Charles Darwin crossed the Atlantic Ocean, led by Captain Robert Fitzroy?
I also don't know that one.
That's a famous one.
Yeah, I know,
The
but...
HMS Beagle. Bannock, Chapati, and Panettone, or Panettone, are types of what?
Oh, is that
Bannock, Chapati, and Panettone. Panettone. Sounds Italian.
Yeah, that's like some sort of... It's baked stuff, right? I don't know, is it like... Would they put it because they're pastries? Is it like specific cakes? Something like that?
It's bread.
Bread? I don't know.
Sue Johnston and Ricky Tomlinson played mother and father to Caroline Aherne and Ralph Little in which BBC comedy series?
There was a lot of names in there, but I probably still don't know that. I don't know, man.
The Royal Family.
Yeah, no, don't.
Actually, not the Royal, but the Royal. Like R-O-Y-L-E.
Okay.
Yeah, but Royal. I'm assuming that's a pun. A Kelvin is a unit of what? Luminous intensity or thermodynamic temperature?
I'm gonna go with thermodynamic temperature.
That is correct. Which is the heaviest of the following elements from the periodic table? A. Uranium. B. Sodium. Or C. Selenium.
I think it would... Oh? I think it's uranium.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm not sure where selenium is exactly.
Like in the 70s or something, like, I think. But, like, uranium is, like, way farther.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like, uranium, plutonium, and then there's, like, a couple more, and then it's almost over, right?
Yeah, selenium is not that part. Which B, letter B,
yeah,
is a North American cat which preys on rabbits and hares. There's a difference between rabbits and hares.
Yes. A cat with a bee.
Yes.
Bobcat.
Yes, Bobcat.
That's the only one that I could come up with.
In ancient Greek literature, who wrote the poems Iliad and Odyssey? Iliad and Odyssey.
That... Let me not get this wrong. That should be Homer.
Yes. I think it's Homer.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure also in an English context people always pronounce it Homer,
That's
so...
fine.
I'm just gonna go with that.
The second most famous Homer in history. Robert Smith.
The worst part is it might be true.
For sure. If you ask the kids, for sure.
If you ask generally probably people from like just contemporary people.
Yeah. Today, for sure. Robert Smith has been a constant member of which English band formed in Crawley in 1976?
Robert Smith, a member of a band that was formed in the, what was it, late 70s?
1976.
Well, mid 70s. Oh boy, British band. I don't know.
The Cure.
Oh, I have heard of those.
You have a couple songs too, I think. At least I do.
Yes.
Formed in 1650, what is the name of the oldest regiment in the British Army which remains in continuous active service? A. The Coldstream Guards. B. The King's Royal Hussars. Or C. The Royal Gurkha Rifles.
You know what? A, I have no idea, and B, if the previous use anything to go by, the answer is going to be A.
That is correct. The Coldstream Guards.
I found the hack people just always answer A.
Yeah, I think C it's supposed to be C, right? That's the hack. Like, if you don't know, the answer is C.
Yeah, but...
that's only if there's more...
Even the one with the elements. Uranium was listed first, I think.
Yeah.
So, it seems as though it was the first one.
Going into the final sheet.
Except for the Calvin one, but there was only 2 possible answers.
Yes. What's the score looking like?
Well, I'm actually sitting at 13 to, 27.
Okay, so you could get to 20 points, which would be fun if you pull off a good last sheet. See what we got.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have to get 7 out of 10 correct, which is quite a bit.
The Weetabix cereal company has manufactured which brand of the muesli for the UK market since the late 1960s? Weetabix.
What British cereal is there? I don't know.
The answer is Alpen. Angel Falls, the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall, is in which country?
I think I've heard of that before. That doesn't necessarily. I have no idea what that is, though. I don't know where it is, man.
It's in Venezuela.
Okay, I probably would not have guessed it, but I was already thinking like Latin America because it also sounds like like the whole angel thing that happens a lot around there. I would not have known that specifically.
What was the name of Lord Nelson's flagship at the 1805 Battle of Trafalgar?
I don't know.
The HMS Victory. Which famous musician was born in Liverpool on October 9th, 1940?
By the way, I have to get all of these right now if you want me to get 20. What was the date, the year?
October 9th, 1940.
A famous musician born in 1940.
October 9th, 1940.
In Liverpool.
Yes.
How old were the Beatles when they became famous? Because that's a bit tight, right? That's like 60s. I mean, they would have been in their 20s. I guess that does not sound that wrong. Aren't some of them from Liverpool or all of them or something? John Lennon, aren't they?
That's correct. Yes, they are from Liverpool.
Are they all from Liverpool?
I'm pretty sure they are, yes. John Lennon is the correct answer. The word petroleum is made up of two Latin words. Petra, meaning rock, and oleum, meaning...
Light?
Oil.
Oil.
Mary McAleese served as president of which country between November 1997 and November 2011?
That was a pretty long time. I still don't know, though.
It's the Republic of Ireland, aka Ireland. What is the name of Wordsworth poem? Of Wordsworth poem. This is so weird. Poem which begins. This is the wording, man. We're looking for the name of a Wordsworth poem which begins with the following line. I wandered lonely as a cloud.
I don't know.
Daffodils.
Huh.
In animals.
There was also, I believe there was a painting of that name as well.
Be true. In animals, mimesis and crypsis are forms of what? Camouflage, eating habits, or sleeping patterns?
Okay, so what are the two things again?
Mimesis and crypsis.
I'm gonna say sleeping patterns, but I don't know.
It is camouflage.
Was it the answer by chance?
It was A.
I should really have just guessed A, huh? What if...
Yep. Kirsty Young replaced Sue Lawley as host of which BBC radio program in 2006?
I don't know.
Desert Island Discs.
I've definitely heard of that.
And final question for the day. Viscountess Nancy Astor was the first sitting member of British Parliament as a member for which party? A. The Liberal Party. B. The Women's Party. Or C. The Conservative Party.
A.
That is wrong. It is C. The Conservative.
Fuck!
You got. See, they played the long card on you for 49 questions, and then the 50th one, they just hit you across. How's the score looking? Bit tough, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's 14 to, then it would be, what is it, 36? Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of British questions. And once again, it was harder than mine. I can confirm. I might have gotten I would have struggled to get 50% in this one, actually.
I was a bit disappointed that I once didn't guess A when I should have, and then the one time I do actually take one advice and guess A, it's not it.
Assuming I had the same amount of luck on like the guessing ones with the multiple choice.
That's a problem, right?
I don't know if I would have even gotten the 25. I'd have to go through it again. So tough, kind of a tough sheet.
I did definitely get tough luck on the guessing. Well, I guess I did decently on the guessing ones. I
got about like I think it was about in line with the odds.
Yeah, though to be fair, the Calvin one I knew.
Yeah.
The sports person one, I didn't just blindly guess. I made a bit of an educated guess.
Muhammad Ali makes a lot of sense.
Because he's the most known out of the bunch, I would think, based on the fact that he's the only one that I personally knew.
He is.
And I think there might have been one other multiple choice question where I had like a reasonable guess, but yeah.
Fact of the week. That is not his real name, by the way, Muhammad Ali. But that's not Mac.
That is your fact of the week from like 100 weeks ago or something.
Really? Did I use it?
I think you've used that.
Wow. Oh.
You definitely have cited it before on the podcast.
Yes,
I think there was a fact once.
Maybe. But we have real fact. Well, we have other real facts of the week. That is also a real fact, but we have.
It was a real fact, but it's not really the fact of the week.
It's not the fact. And what's it?
I have a very upbeat fact for you.
Brian, what do you got?
Let me read this off so I don't get some factually technicality wrong.
Uh-huh.
Round about 2/3 of personal bankruptcies in the U.S. are caused by medical bills.
Yes. Only 2. Well, that's actually a lot.
That is a lot. 2/3.
I was thinking there was a lot more by like bankruptcies, I guess.
Bankruptcy specifically.
Yeah.
Debt can be caused by a variety of other things as well.
Debt for most people is first cause in education.
Yeah. So why did I say it's an upbeat fact? Seems like a solvable problem, but hey, maybe that's just my crazy leftist thinking.
We have bombs and warships to build, man. Okay, there's no way to solve this. Did you know that in the Middle Ages, not rarely did non-human animals fall victim to the Inquisition as well? So there's many cases in Central Europe of roosters, so male chickens,
I know what a rooster is.
When they were suspected of having laid an egg to be put on trial for witchcraft and executed.
Okay, rooster was not the first animal I was going to when you said that, but okay.
But that's, that's what...
I was thinking like cats and toads and stuff are associated with witches. Cats in particular is something like black cats I could have seen.
I'm not sure about the associations, but when like animals were like believed to be possessed by demons, and then a rooster would lay an egg, allegedly, they could put him on trial and chop his head off and execute him. And they did it like a bunch.
And let me guess, they probably didn't even. Well, I mean, I guess it's probably not even the greatest, but they probably didn't even try to eat it, right? Like, because it's possessed.
No, it's possessed. Are you crazy? You can't do that.
I don't know about rooster meat. I definitely haven't heard of that being like a particularly common thing. It's definitely not the main purpose of having a rooster. So.
I mean, they also get slaughtered and sold like chicken meat.
Yeah, but I mean, I would assume the roosters you keep around generally probably are not exactly the youngest either. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess not.
I mean, I guess the main reason for a rooster, to my knowledge, is just to actually fertilize the eggs of the hens so as to have more chickens.
Well, yeah, that's what they did. They, whenever they believe an animal to be possessed by demons, they put on trial, executed it. And there's I
mean, that makes sense.
At dig sites, they find decapitated chicken skeletons, because they were executed. So that's a fun fact.
Probably doesn't help when the chicken keeps running around after you chop the head off.
Yeah, then they're like, okay, demonic possession confirmed. Like, easy. Let's shoot it again. Something like it. We have a streak. We have a new streak to build. There is no sheet of paper, as you can see, and that is a problem. That means that we are currently on goose egg 0, and that needs to change, and fast, and today. So,
follow suit.
Follow suit.
Diamond, clubs, hearts.
Please be that. Please be that.
There's 4.
Yeah, but those are way long.
I was also say some of those are a bit long, huh?
Yeah.
But I already see one question we definitely can answer. But here, first of all, Chinese belief is cow. Black gold oil
again.
And take orders early is pre-order. No, is it?
That's something
pre-sale. No.
Oh. Well,
It's definitely pre.
yeah, something with pre. Well,
Okay, I'll take it. By the way, there was also these ones. Not that anyone cares. All right then. Orange tuber. Arctic site.
ice.
I guess. And the numbered ones. Harvest. Civil rights organization. Capital of Victoria.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay, we also have one here technically. Clean thoroughly. Is it rinse? It's not rinse? I'm all out of ideas.
Scrub.
Scrub. I don't know, man. Personal ad abbreviation. Casual shirt.
Tea.
French water is eau, I suppose, and then Japanese drink sake. Yeah, it's some sort of alcoholic beverage. I don't actually know what it's made of. Offhand. Cut of beef.
Steak.
Gradually withdraw. And follower of a medieval system. A lot of these are very long words. And of course, personal abbreviation starts with an S. And also this one.
Sir?
Personal ad?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, there's triple decker lunch, which we haven't looked previously at, but now we have some letters for, which has BSA in the middle. Also, we've somehow got the word oak somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
Triple decker lunch, like some sort of sandwich, isn't it? Huh. I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, means that gradually withdraw ends in
Force
E.
something in.
I should probably just actually wean.
Okay.
Follower of medieval system then has a you.
We could get one in the top right as well there.
And then we have sphere. Orb. The Raven Writer is Poe.
Oh.
That's the one I saw earlier, by the way. And skin art slangly is tat. And then we're already confirming my sandwich hypothesis here. There was Beth. There was Kitchen Invader is a roach. And Optic is vision related. And then I guess it's also foot apart. Inch? No. I thought, like, because inch apart makes more sense as a sentence. But hey, I guess that brings us to this segment. Walked heavily.
Doesn't fit.
Biblical pronoun. The? Is that how it's spelled?
Thou.
Thou, right, obviously, that's... Why was the thing so complicated? Extremely sad. Morose. It's...
Something wrenching at the end? No.
I mean,
doesn't.
Wait. Wrenched. Right?
I don't know.
If it is that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you leave band for short. I don't know. Nevertheless.
No.
That doesn't fit.
THO.
That's not how that's...
Yeah.
Is it not spelled THOUGH?
I mean, both work.
Not us. Them. Map lines. Border.
Chords.
Oh, that's... Fair enough. What? Chords?
S.
Would that not be chord? Would it not be an R somewhere?
Oh, yeah. Chords? Oh, heart wrench something then? No.
Oh, yeah, that heart wrenching. Heart wrench.
I don't know. Doesn't fit.
I mean...
Try chords for the map. CORDS.
C-O-R-C-C-O-R-T-S. No. What? It's lines. Shouldn't it be like something like borders or... But that doesn't fit either.
We'll have to get that later.
Clean thoroughly, we already looked at. And I guess that brings us to this burrowing amphibian.
Oh no, let's keep going.
Oops.
That's tough to get like that.
Wait, is it club sandwich? That's a thing, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Triple deck. Okay. Hollow suit. Oh, club sandwich. It is heart. It's just not wrenched.
Yeah.
Heart. Is it not? Wait.
Heart.
So it is those suits.
Yeah.
Wait, do they all start with it? I guess let's do the middle ones first, I guess.
Yeah.
Residence.
House.
Wait, did I ever actually look at this one? Aquatic bird.
Probably something.
Aquatic bird. Okay.
Okay.
That means residence starts with A.
Yeah.
Harry's friend.
Oh, heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
That makes far more sense. Breaking. Yes, heartbreaking. Burrowing amphibian would then...
Space something.
That's what I figured as well. Which I guess means that this is probably diamond something.
Arizona team
Diamondbacks, yeah. Diamondbacks. There we go.
That's a good help.
So it was those suits.
Yeah.
Just was more than just those suits.
You can force something in 25 down. Odes.
Abode. Which one were we talking about?
25 down, like left. Odes. Map lines.
Roads.
Yeah.
Clean thoroughly. By the way, we have some extra. Also, the burrowing amphibian is a spade something. AMA members. I am confused. Brewed beverage. Well, there's a couple. Foot apart. Right. Then we have follower of medieval system is... Oh, is it something feudal?
Feudalist.
Feudalist. I will over there. Ist. Hey, I knew something. I don't know. Small songbird. I'm not that familiar with the birds. Foot apart is...
Which?
Brewed beverage is ale, I suppose.
Ren.
AMA members, I still don't know. But, did we look at this already? Ohio City. Is it Aiken? Is it there? I don't know. That is a place, though, isn't it? Cute in an awkward way. Is it adorable? But why would it be awkward?
Doesn't fit.
I was about to say the A would have to be there, right? Baseball stats.
RBI.
What is
RBI?
RBI?
Run batted in.
The burrowing amphibian, of course. Birds of prey. Hawk. Well, that doesn't fit though, right? Because it has to be. Is it owls?
It has to be plural.
Because it has to be plural, yeah. Went under, sank. And then I guess let's do the down ones.
Yeah.
Drink 2 is toast. Double T. Matured, grown. Umpire's call.
Bulk. It has to be a vowel, unfortunately.
Balk. Whatever that means. Passports,
ID.
EGs, IDs.
So something about toad. Spade. Something toad.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
I still don't know it, but
I guess that part would have to be like a part of the body's foot.
Toad. Okay. I hadn't heard of that, but cool.
Me neither, but
let's keep going.
It had to be a body part for it to make sense, right? I mean, we have all the time.
No, we don't.
We still have over half the time, almost half the time. AMA members, we looked at this. We look at this. Seabird.
Like a gull, but that's
2 L's, right?
I'll try it, but I think it's 2 L's.
Irritate. Irritate.
I don't know. Root downward, maybe.
Oh, did we do the other ones in here already? Phineas's cartoon stepbrother is Ferb. We looked at those already, though. Yeah. And then, so this downward one, perfect. And then maybe cruise, stop. Or had food is 8.
Perfect is ideal, and the irritate could be ire. Some vowel for sure.
Ire is the one that makes the most sense.
Oh, irk.
It's not a vowel. That makes more sense. So Cute and Awkward Way has some extra letters there, as does the... It's Aiken.
Akron.
Is it Akron? I think both are places, but maybe one of them. AMA members...
That would just be a force, no?
Yeah, we can... I mean, I guess I could do that right now.
It helps us.
DRS.
Adorkable?
Oh, right. That makes sense.
It's not a word. They made that up.
It's a
Get
word.
outta here.
I mean, it's probably not in the dictionary, but of course adorkable is a word.
Parm?
Sure. Parmesan. Yeah. Italian eatery is a
Trattoria. T and then Ria.
Trattoria. Okay. Cruise stop. We also still have.
Port.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. 6-legged soldier. Extreme degree. As in, what is it if it's more than 90 degrees? Is that what they're asking for?
No.
There's a term for that.
Maybe.
Is it that short though? Boxing stats. KOs. Sure, I'll take it. Damp and chili. Dank.
Yeah.
Bean variety. And promising words or oaths. And then we have 6-legged soldier.
Ant.
Oh, soldier ants. Those are a thing. Extreme degree.
Is it the pinto bean, by the way?
Nth. The nth degree. Yes.
Cameras in.
I also just realized that technically sometimes the cameras cover. There's a last question. Okay. Edible seaweed. Oh, now I was not in the. Yeah, that was my bad. Where were we?
Cross one.
Fish eggs. I think so. Yeah, I've heard that somewhere. Lyricist Gershwin.
Ira. There's words. Yeah, cool.
Be sick.
Ale.
But spelled on I, right? Yeah, and then Nori was the C word, apparently. Poppycock. It sounds very British. Long dot crosser. Wait, long dot is it like longitude or something?
Oh, LET.
Latitude. Wow. Yes. Farm female. Talking about an animal or talking about worker? Hammer's end. Like a head?
Try the one next to it.
Piece of hockey gear.
Skate.
Poppycock starts with, well,
Yeah, you can force that one.
Farm female. Is it Eve? It would be a person.
Try stuff. You okay? Yeah, that's
just a really weird way of spelling Eve.
Hammer's end is a quad, and I suppose not all numbers have it.
Yes. Mammy's husband? Mamie's husband?
Army.
No, there's no R. Enthusiasm.
No. Do it downward.
Stylish. Barely make without. Salesperson for short. Rep. So the poppycock thing is Blad.
Yeah, it just does not.
Is it Platter?
We need to find the enthusiasm thing, I think.
Mammy's husband is... His name ends in an E, so it's a person. Enthusiasm is... Pep.
Okay.
That seemed like a stretch, but it works. Barely make... Comma without... ends in an E. Stylish ends in... Oh, it's hip.
Hip. Okay. So now we can force it.
Is it blather? Yeah.
Okay.
And then barely make without his... And no. Is it a K maybe? Because the person could be an Ike. Which makes it...
Okay, we have the top one.
Okay.
So
yes, we do. Clean thoroughly, we also have walked heavily is trod. Which makes the clean thoroughly... Scowl?
Scowl.
I don't know. Take orders early is pre-sell. I said pre-sale, but it's pre-sell.
Okay.
Harvest.
Yield.
Oh, that civil rights organization, CLU. Also, orange tuber is something.
Yam. Sweet potato. They're kind of orange and
Tubular?
tubular, and they are also called yams. Yep. We did it. We got it. I'm glad that the 4 suits were the 4 suits we expected it to be. That helped a bunch once we figured that out and how that works.
It kind of... Honestly, I didn't even realize that when I said club sandwich. I was like, I just saw the letters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's a thing that I've heard before.
We're like, man, okay.
Yeah, this is...
Diamondbacks was easy, and then, okay.
Diamondbacks... You know what we should once again get back to doing, which I think we've done before at some points? Try the highlighted ones first, especially if there's not a lot of them, and if, these ones. Because if you have the theme, you can get a lot of letters away.
Even without the theme, like Diamondbacks you get, or at least I would have gotten that right away.
I mean, me too, but...
Likely.
Well, I don't know if I would have gotten it immediately not knowing the theme, but with the theme I definitely knew it immediately.
Exactly.
But those, because they're very long words, they give us a lot of letters for the other words. And
very helpful.
If you have like 2 or 3 of them, you could probably get the remaining ones at least partially.
Yeah.
Because of the
So that means next week we are going to be having to defend the streak again.
Yes.
Which is great. We get
with the Sunday Crossword 4-letter TV shows, which is only 6 minutes.
We get to bring back the score sheet. Oh, it's going to be 6 minutes next month? Dang it. Do we skip it? Just do the next one.
We could do the thing, which by the way, this is the last one of the first playlist, but there's a second one. We could do the thing where we do this and the one after and only count the regular sized one.
I think so, because the fast ones are like arcade mode. I don't like them for the streak. We want to do proper ones, so the fast ones suck.
But then we'd have to definitely determine beforehand that it definitively doesn't count, so that even if we do get it, we can't just be like, it only counts if we make it, because that's just bullshit.
You have to get the other one in order to further the streak. That is cool. So, second topic time. Do you know what the populace cares about? What the populace wants to know? I just realized
I totally closed and just continue.
Do you know what the populace is interested in? Well, we're going to find out. Playing the higher-lower game. This is all about getting 2 search terms matched against each other, and you guess which one is looked up more frequently.
I alt F4 the window, which also the crossword instead of just closing the tab.
Was the scroll bar still there? Can we get rid of that?
I mean, because the page is scrollable.
Okay, cool.
There's a cookie policy button in the bottom right corner that no one can see.
No one can see. The best thing to do is just to play a game and let people see how it works. You can play along at home. You'll be seeing 2 search terms, one with the given search volume, and then you have to guess if the other one is searched less or more frequently, and we're going to go against each other, which means we take... If you get the first one wrong, so you fail, you lost that round, basically. That's
whenever you get one wrong.
Yeah, that's your score, and we're going to try to one-up each other's score. So,
who's starting?
I'll let you start.
Classic. Okay, that just means that...
So Jackie Chan versus the FaZe clan.
This should be easy, and I assume it is. It should be Jackie Chan.
So you pick lower for the FaZe clan.
But the problem is, FaZe clan is the exact thing that will be searched by the kind of generation that is most on the internet, probably.
I've never heard of FaZe clan. What is that?
It's like... I know there's a couple of YouTubers. It's like a group. I don't know if it's like an if there's like an esports team or if it's just a group of YouTubers or something.
Okay, so that was way
It's not
lower.
nearly as big, but yeah. Wayne Gretzky, I assume, is higher.
Gotta be.
He's very popular, or, well, it's not like Chris Evans should be even higher. He's an actor, far more popular than hockey players.
I don't know who that is.
He plays Captain America.
That type of stuff could come to bite me later.
Oxfam is a company. I'm going to say lower, though. Yeah.
That is correct. Boopa.
I don't know what that is.
It's higher. So your score is a 4. That was your score. 4
Yes.
points.
I believe it's supposed to also say something about my score right now, but it's just showing a black screen.
So black screen. Okay.
Well, we kept count, I think.
4, yes.
You did, and it's 4.
It's in the bottom right corner, it says that, so we'll keep count on that. You can reload.
And I'm just going to reload the page, yeah, exactly.
And that was my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
See if I can beat 4. Jacket. What the hell? That ain't it. Unless it is.
Oh, it says high score 6, by the way, so it was 6 that I had.
It was 4.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 4.
Have you played?
Well, you might have played like way ago. How about you play cookies?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do that. 1 second.
We're gonna
Fuck.
We're gonna clear cookies out here. I don't know why it said 6. It's it was always 6 when once we actually demonstrated for Sergey a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why it would be the exact same thing though.
Yeah, that should not
Remove
be
the
case. That would be
cookies,
highly surprising.
Reload the page without caching.
Exactly.
Hit-
So
Hit OK on cookie policy, I guess.
it's still the same. Okay,
still the same
just click higher, lower, and see what if it still continues to be the same.
I would assume so.
This versus now Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Okay, it still is. That is very weird, and that is not how it's supposed to work. Did we play another game mode?
We could, but I'm confused why they're always offering the same. What is the elimination mode, anyways?
I don't know. We haven't tried it yet. It's getting a full screen. Elimination mode is early access thing. This is completely off the wall now. We have no idea what this is. What gets Googled more? Oh, it's an online game. Oh, okay. So you play against other people.
Yeah, I don't think we do that though.
Because if we have to be sitting here waiting, that's also terrible. So I do not understand why they have it in the way that it's. Is there like a setting to where they can change it or something? But there shouldn't be.
I mean, they're really.
Beat the clock. We can play beat the clock, I guess.
I don't know how much time you have though, but yeah.
Let's try it.
I have also never played that, by the way. I've only ever
Yeah.
played Classic.
Is it what?
Well, now it's on a timer.
Yes. So you have to always make it in the time.
Yes, but it's still the same question though.
So do we just like keep going and see how far we can get from the same point?
I mean, we could, but fucking hell.
Why is this game changed? We used to play this at some point, and
I think we have played this on a channel before, and it worked great at that time.
and a couple of weeks ago when we showed it to Sergey, we didn't get these exact questions either.
And
it was different.
There's also the thing where, for some reason, it doesn't show the message for like how many points you got at the end.
Do you open a private window? Maybe.
I can open a private window. Yes. I don't see how that would change it after clearing the cookies.
If it doesn't work, we're going to jump to an improv round of Would You Rather and then just call it because it's so stupid.
All right, we're back in the private window.
Yeah, no. Let's play. Would You Rather, and we're going to sue the owners of this site for messing with our podcast. No, but we're going to check and see if they can fix that or something.
Either.io
So we're going
is
to
the website.
There you go.
We do not recommend wouldyourathergame.com at the current moment.
No. If higherlowergame.com.
What did I say?
Would you rather?
That does make no. That makes
That
sense.
doesn't work, but we will see if at some other point we can make that. So we're back on the either IO, and we're gonna get some questions got. So let's get. Okay, do we do this one too?
I mean, sure, why not?
50% of your body burned or 100% of your body tattooed. I will take the burn.
I guess I would take the tats, but then again, 100% of your body, like, that is pretty extreme. I definitely have seen people get their eyeballs tattooed.
It's all about just the disability, but that is the consideration. But optically, tattoos are worse than burns, and also you get to live on disability if you're like unable to work. You can't click it.
All right. It does. I think even then it does not automatically go to the next one, right?
Save Abraham Lincoln or save JFK.
Similar ideas, similar motives. I mean, they weren't that dissimilar.
I will definitely
say.
save Lincoln because JFK was a lot worse of a dude than people remember him to be. He was a big warmonger. I will definitely say that.
As were most presidents since that time.
Well, Abraham Lincoln had just finished a war that he only started.
Yeah, I think...
I'll say Abraham Lincoln. Maybe it's history, nostalgic, blah, blah, but I think he was the more noble individual. Kennedy was kind of a dick. That's the truth of it.
I could assume, though, that there is maybe a thing that just because of how Kennedy was more recent, we know more about him.
No, actually, most people go with Abe. It's close, but...
So, would you rather have holes put through both hands and both feet via nails and hammer? That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Or go for 40 days and... Oh, that also sounds familiar.
That's both biblical stuff, I guess.
That both happened to Jesus in the Bible.
Yes. So, the 40 days in desert without food is going to kill you, no doubt. Given modern medicine, the holes with the hammer, that's not going to kill you because you can have... so that's the easy choice. You don't need to get it infected. What?
Also, someone in the comments says Jesus versus Moses, but I thought...
Moses did the 40 days thing.
But Jesus also went through the desert one day, didn't he?
I don't know, but I know
Am I misremembering the Bible?
The 40 days thing is definitely Moses.
Would you rather be a wizard or a vampire?
Wizard.
Yes.
Easy clap. How did people pick the 40 days in the desert? Like, that is guaranteed death. I don't understand. Like, do you know how long 40 days is? And the desert is hot and cold. Sometimes. You can't live for 40 days.
Okay. Vampire has downsides. Wizard does generally not. I mean, it depends on which interpretation of either you use. But Wizard has less downside and could potentially, depending on which word you use, have all of the upsides of the vampire.
I guess, yeah.
What the fuck is
that? Wizard seems like the easy pick, right?
Would you rather be Chinese or Japanese?
I'd rather... Oh my god.
I mean, there's not a...
There's no good way to answer this. Like, okay, there's no good way to give a reason for your answer without being offensive, right? Being racist.
I mean, first of all, it depends on how we're looking at it, right?
Yeah.
I guess the question is, which country would you rather live in or be from or something? Because if we're just talking heritage, it makes virtually no difference.
Yeah. Man. Given that... So there's arguments for both sides, but... so the rate of poverty is larger in China, but then the rate of like mental illness and society in Japan are basically pieces of shit. So the question is, okay, let's set us another condition. Are we able to move out of the country like as soon as we hit like 18 years old?
At which point, the problem is, right? If we, I guess you are looking at it from being born in one of those countries. Yeah. Which, again, at that point, you could make the argument that...
Or move to now, maybe we can also...
Because that is the only way, first of all, that... because being from there... Again, you'd have to probably grow up there at least, so there's definitely practical differences.
Here's the thing. If we be from there, we're born there, we grew up there, I'll take Japan because better education and less poverty. If we're saying move now, I'll take China because the Japanese culture is a piece of shit.
I think I take Japan... The thing is,
depends on what we're talking.
I'm definitely not particularly happy with political direction in China, but that being said, Japan is far from perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's no worse than it is in Europe and in America also. Most people pick Japan because they're weak.
Would you rather stick your cut up hand in a bowl of vinegar or eat 3 worms alive?
How big are the worms?
Who is alive? I mean,
you and the worm. How big are the worms?
I guess just regular earthworms, I would assume most people would think that way.
I'd eat the earthworms.
You would think so, right?
If it's like, we're talking like big, like this type of, like snake, then no, but...
Dude, high protein density.
Yeah.
It's actually healthy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Vinegar, I actually don't know. Do you know about, like, the actual impact of... I mean, of course it hurts if you put your hand with cuts and vinegar.
I'm not sure if it's going to be like...
Does it increase the chance of getting infected? Does it increase the chance of healing? Right? Like, I know that salt makes the wound heal faster, but it also hurts as hell.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
And a lot of other things get it infected, which makes it far worse for far longer.
But 3 worms, like, you shouldn't be getting too sick from that. I think I'll eat it.
I mean, also the other question really is, are we assuming that your hand is already cut up either way, right? Because having cuts on your hand to heal and having to have the pain of falling into vinegar, that's just double the badness.
I guess.
Right? Like, the the worms are over in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, and as long as you don't get like something from it, like you thoroughly chew, it'll be fine.
Would you rather swear in every sentence forever, or constantly have your hand down your trousers?
So which bad manner would you like? Like which bad manner hood style type of thing would you pull off?
I assume we're not talking about pockets when we're saying down the trousers, huh?
Yeah, no.
I fucking take the swearing for sure.
Man.
I mean, I swear, not like a huge amount, but I swear a lot.
Both of those are a lot more debilitating than you would think. Because for one, you basically lose all chance of being in a professional environment, and the other, you lose the use of a hand. Basically.
That's actually a good point. And you're probably still not going to get hired.
So I guess we'll take the swearing if we can like say like really non-terrible swear words.
I feel like
I can say darn and chucks.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean,
yeah.
I guess
some cool cat will hire me.
I guess it would be still somewhat legitimate, but I can just you can just use fuck for emphasis in like every sentence somewhere.
Not in the professional environment.
Well, no, but I mean, listen, right? If someone would hire me, say, as a programmer, it seems to be my field, like, what does it fucking matter? It's
hey, here's the thing. I challenge you to swear in your job interview and get hired. How about that?
From the stuff I've read on programmer-centric subreddits, you can get away with far worse. Would you rather have everyone talk to you? Would you rather like a 2? Would you rather have everyone talk to you like a 2-year-old or in a sarcastic tone?
Well, in a sarcastic tone, of course.
Yes.
Obvious.
The question is, are they actually being sarcastic?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. But that's easy.
Nice.
I mean, being talked like a 2-year-old would start to suck after like 5 minutes. But...
Would you rather have a banana stuck in your ear or have a banana stuck in your nose?
My nose, on account of I prefer like the sense of hearing over the sense.
Oh, and the description says you can't take it out ever.
Quite ever. Yeah, still my nose. They'll both.
I don't know exactly how logistically it would fit, but either way,
it does.
But you would also think that it adds something. If you have in your ear, it adds more to your body overall, right? So, like, as in, like, you can't go through narrow places as easily anymore because you have to turn your freaking head because the banana is in the way.
Exactly. You can't wear headphones anymore.
The nose is just going to be like, not that in the way.
It's like a tusk.
Either one would suck, but it seems less in the way.
No, it's better. I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't understand. That's
weird. For the rest of your life, would you rather have all superpowers you want, but always be alone, or be a normal person, but popular?
So all the superpowers I want include the superpower of reversing the curse aspect of this question, keeping all my superpowers, but also having the superpower of being popular at the same time, of course. So easily the first answer.
I would assume that's not how it works. Generally, you would assume that that's like an intrinsic condition of the thing.
There's some loophole, I guarantee it. Like some type of superpower, you can make it happen so that you just like you are like super smart and you build robot friends or something that are indistinguishable from humans. Give me the first one easily.
I think normal person or popular has its advantages. Imagine if we have more subscribers.
You can get that having a superpower. Like, if you're a superpower, you're the funniest, most entertaining person in the world. You can get all the subscribers.
I mean, the thing is, I guess I do like my alone time. I don't know if I would want to be eternally alone. Immortal would not count as a superpower. What a random point to add in the description of the question. Yeah, I think superpowers has its advantages.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could just get the old multiple man superpower, and if that would still count as me being alone.
I would definitely take all superpowers. Wow, dude. Okay.
Would you rather? I think we did that one already, right? Lose your user keys or lose your cell phone.
Might have been wild as well. What keys? That's important.
Dude, you said that last time.
Did I?
Just the keychain you normally carry with you.
Okay. I hate to lose either, but just financially, I'd rather probably lose my keys because for most of them I have substitutes, and the other ones I can remake for $20.
Technically, what you're supposed to do if you lose your keys is to get new locks.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say cell phone.
Yeah.
For the very simple...
Because that's less valuable than your keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would probably cost me less to get a new cell phone than to get new keys made. Yeah. Also not a cell phone person. Would you rather never be able to wear shoes or not be able to touch anything red?
What? Touch anything red?
I'm picking shoes, by the way.
Okay.
But
how much actually red do you touch in your life? Like, you can just, like, for everything, like, everything you purchase, all your items, you make sure they're not red. And, like, I can pick up this hat, right? Like, it's red here, but the brim is black. Like, that's fine. I can pick it up by this. Like,
university door hands.
Friggin' you put on gloves.
Okay, if gloves aren't out, I'll take red. But that seems...
Also, they have, like, at the college, they have, like, all the pushy things where you push the button and the door opens.
Not for all the doors, but yeah.
Yeah, almost all.
But I think the doors I use most, they actually neither have that, and they do, I think, actually have red door handles too.
Man, I like wearing shoes, dude. I'm gonna put shoes on. I'm gonna take not touching anything red. We'll be good.
I think one of those, again, you have to work around the red thing very heavily. And I think the shoes you don't really.
Yeah, you can organize your everyday life to make it happen. Like all you do is basically if you go out, you carry like a little hook. And
I just imagine you have like an office job, and naturally, because we're being in all the stereotypes right now, there's a red stapler in your cubicle.
Sure. Well, you just you take a stick and you push it with that. Like, there's ways around it. You carry a little hook with you. That's all you need to do in case you have to absolutely pick up something that is fully red. I think you can get around it. I have nothing that's like red right here that I would not be able to like. I'm fine.
The climate is a bit awkward because it sure does get cold in winter.
It does. I be wearing shoes. I be. Yeah.
Actually, dumb question. Can I wear boots?
No.
Can I wear sandals?
No footwear. No footwear other than socks.
I mean, yeah. I think for the most part it's fine. Again, winter will be the rough part.
No shoes, no service, bro. I got you. I will put shoes on.
In summer, I walk around without shoes for most of the time.
That is fine, but there's gonna be bigger issues afoot. Literally, I will not touch anything, man.
Would you rather have ice breath or have fire breath?
Can we control it?
I would assume so. Part. You would have the ability to control when it happens.
Ah, nice. Okay, then I'll take fire breath. I think.
Okay. Let's think about this. I think so.
Yeah, I'll take fire breath for sure.
I guess the question is, right, neither of them are like hugely useful. So the question is, which one would you have more use for? And I think we generally heat things up more than we cool them down, right? Like, oh shit, my coffee's getting a little bit cold.
You can just like take a sip and actually warm it in your mouth to the exact temperature at which you want to swallow it. Easy.
Okay, I don't know if it would be that possible, because I would assume it comes from like a separate pathway somewhere, and it probably doesn't work while you have something in your mouth like about to swallow or something, because you know how you can't breathe and swallow at the same time?
Yeah.
Or at least you shouldn't.
As long as it's in your mouth, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's not easy. It's more useful.
But yeah, no, I think because you can heat up so many things.
True.
And start fires.
Yeah, it's put stuff on fire. Exactly.
Like, ice breath, yeah, sure. Like,
free stuff.
You can cool stuff down, but which one is helpful more often? I know that Iceman in the X-Men movies actually, wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, so someone says I would cool my beer. I'm like, yes, I would heat my coffee.
Yeah, you heat stuff up. Like, nah, bruh, fire easy. Let's do one more.
I feel like cold drinks was the first thing I thought of with ice.
Yeah,
but it seems so much less applicable than heating things up.
You can have a mobile fridge everywhere. You can't have like a mobile stove as easily.
Would you rather be addicted to steroids or be incredibly frail? And there's many different types of steroids.
There's many types of steroids. If we're, can we freely choose what kind of steroid? Because then I'll definitely take that.
That's what I was thinking, right? Because there's some A, comparatively harmless, and B, potentially actually somewhat helpful ones.
Yeah, like for sports, of course, if you're getting tested, you can't. But I'd probably like. So okay, by addiction we mean like a physical, like chemical addiction, right?
Yes, I would think so. Yeah. And I would also assume that you can't just kick the addiction because at that point that's a temporary state.
How frail is
that's the other question, right?
Like, is it like you basically like you trip over once and you break your bones?
That's kind of the direction I was thinking. I don't know how extreme it would be.
I wouldn't want to. I would not want that.
Because that's the thing, right? There's different degrees to both of these.
Yeah.
Which is why it's hard to pick that. But I would generally say, assuming that the frail is actually somewhat debilitating, that you could probably work around the steroid addiction, especially if you can pick the type of steroids.
Yeah, and with the steroids, you can even turn it into. If you're already forced to take steroids, you have no choice. Might as well be a bodybuilder, right? Might as well make a career out of it.
Yeah, and again, those steroids that people usually take for medical reasons, right? Like,
yeah,
those are not the same thing as the type of steroids that bodybuilders take.
Yeah,
anyways.
that is true.
And I think those don't. You should still not generally take them unless you have to.
You don't need to take them unless you need them. That's true, but still, yeah. You know what? We'll take it. We'll go steroids. Wow, dude, really?
But again, we made so many different evaluations in what each of those means.
These people aren't thinking, man. Like, they're just clicking. They're not thinking. I don't know. It's weird to me. They're not thinking. Their brain ain't right. That's what it is. But we wanted to play, of course, higher or lower. We'll see if we can still get there at some point. We'll see if they fix it.
We played one round of higher or lower.
Right. See if they fix it. But we did play some Would You Rather. So you can let us know answers for that in the comments as well if you want. We have songs of the week, and we're going to get out of here. Junior, what's the song of the week?
So I wrote something down. Then I forgot what it was, and now I just remembered. I was about to just grab my notepad and actually look it up, which would have not been a problem, but
Beginner move. You remember it by heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a song that I've liked for a while, and was recently reminded of. It's Shiroyama by Sabaton.
Old school. That was used before, right?
See, I was thinking about that. I was thinking for a split second. I was like, have we used that? Do I want to use another Sabaton song? But then I was like, we've used most Sabaton songs.
It's tough to like. I look at through the list of like the bands that I have like a bunch of songs, like the most so Sabaton, Volbeat, and Fiddler's Green, and I'm like, I could pick one of these for sure. I haven't used like 40 of them, but which ones I don't.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know if we have used it, but the most recent, like whenever you had a huge streak of picking up a bunch of Sabaton and Volbeat songs both around the same time, that was mostly from the new album.
Yeah.
Or other older songs that you had just recently discovered. And so we definitely, if we have used it, it's been a while, and it's a good song, and I was recently reminded of it, so it actually relates to the week. Yep. I think it was last week, but the point still stands. I think it was Sunday last week, so it was after the podcast, so it's the podcast week, not the calendar week. Then again, I think in America, the calendar week starts on Sunday, doesn't it?
Well, on the calendar, yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was weird when I first saw that, but hey.
That's a good one. I recently got around to listening through some more music. I always make it my mission to like listen through an artist's entire discography whenever I discover them, and have a couple of good songs. I'm still doing it for couples, but I recently got around to doing that for Atmosphere, which is my favorite rap group, specifically, of course, Slug, and they have like 12 or 14 different albums. Like, there's a lot, and there's also one dropping like next week, interestingly enough. But I got a couple of, not as many as I did expect, so it's the amount of albums, but I have a couple of songs that I yielded from that run. And my song of the week is The Major Leagues by Atmosphere.
Such temptation, what's the basis? Cutthroat pages, tuck the razor, stuck in a phase of must get paid here. Blood rush raised up to the major. Such temptation, what's the basis? Cutthroat pages, tuck the razor, stuck in a phase of must get paid here. Blood rush raised up to the majors.
I don't think it's in the music share. I only put one of them in there that
Yeah.
I thought you might like because it's like played on the guitar.
Not big time to rap myself.
But I didn't put all of them, so you can check that one. But yeah, those are all songs of the week. Thank you for watching the podcast. Like, subscribe. Your results in the comments. How did you beat JJ? Did you lose to JJ? How'd it go? Let us know. And we're gonna see you in the next podcast next week. Or if you're a Hearthstone guy, Trash Bowl going on tournament. You know, we're getting into the big
Next match tomorrow, people.
Next match tomorrow, and we're getting into the hot phase because it's semi-final and soon conference finals time. So big time. Definitely subscribe for that and join our Discord server. Link is in the description. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
That's it.
That's it.